this is what dreams are made of. So, 5 weeks out now, coming in with what I eat in a day, and I'm at that point in prep where I'm starting to feel it. Sleep's starting to deteriorate, waking up at 4 a.m, which is heavy, and catching up. Appetite is definitely up, and energy levels are low. But 5 weeks out, the goal is to be ready 1 to 2 weeks before. So we've got 3 to 4 weeks now of digging deep. We've just made some adjustments, and pretty much now on a week-to-week basis, we're going to be significantly increasing the level of intensity. We've got within a range where we're very lean, and now we need to get skinned inside out. So cardio is going to escalate, food's going to get reduced, and it's time to get into the trenches. I'm laughing, I'm smiling on the outside, but inside I'm definitely crying. But current output for me from a cardio standpoint is 45 minutes daily, so times 7 days a week, doing 15K steps, so very active. Food's just been reduced now, so coming in at 350. But as I said, realistically, we're gonna be making adjustments now on a week-to-week basis between sort of 1 to 200 calories a week, primarily from carbs, so 25 to 50 grams of carbs coming out every single week. But today I'm gonna give you an insight of exactly what I eat, the macros, the energy balance, the selection of foods, and I'm going to outline why they're the selection of foods that I go to. But starting off the day, got a black coffee. So training fasted. Now, the only rationale behind that is to save food for later on in the day. So I train early in the morning. If I eat a big pre-workout meal before that, that's too many of my calories done. I'll sit there for the rest of the day just thinking about food. So for me, it's just about strategizing the routine. When I wake up in the morning, I feel quite fresh, I have a black coffee, my performance levels are going well. So I'm not gonna be losing muscle mass. But if I can save that food for later on in the day, then that allows me to stay consistent. That consistency is what is gonna drive fat loss. So we'll start with a black coffee, we'll get a big push session in today. We'll then get 45 minutes of cardio done. Then first meal will go in, and then after that, I just try and save as much of that food for as late in the day as I can. But underway now with the big push session, let's get into the trenches, let's get it done.
Turned out the punches to the streets is like a G. Rubber bands up in my pants on my package D. We been pushing P, somebody excited weed. I won't sell on high cause I can get them for the cheese.
So en route to the new gym now for a big push session, and main focus is on this stage of prep is just maintaining performance levels. So what you don't want to do is go in the gym, overload the shit out of volume, because you don't actually need a lot of volume to retain muscle. So actually pull back. 4 weeks out, aggressive dieting, recovery is going to diminish. Just pull a little bit of volume out of the plan and just maintain that level of effectiveness within the training. So keep your technique perfect, keep your intensity high, maintain those performance levels, and just be smart as well with the programming. What you don't want to do is anything that's going to increase the risk of injury. So what you're not going to see me is slugging big dumbbells around like the 50s, the 60s, increasing that risk of injury, because at this stage an injury is going to stop me from achieving the goal. So be smart with the volume, be smart with the programming, and also just be smart with the standard of training, but don't take your foot off the gas. Intensity needs to hold. You need to keep pushing those sets to failure, because when your body's in a catabolic state, if you reduce that intensity, you're going to start to lose muscle, you're going to run flat, you're going to look skinny, and the overall look at the end is not going to be to the standard. But I'll catch you in Benoist again. Might not be too much talking when I'm in the gym. Need to focus, need to make sure every set counts, because that at this level is going to be the difference. But I'll see you guys back in the gym. So a little tip with your training is to make every rep as hard as possible. Main aspect of that is controlling the movement and controlling your tempo. So what you're gonna see here is a 2-second squeeze in the short, just to optimize tension. Time under tension on the eccentric, 3 seconds, with a split-second pause just to take the momentum out of the eccentric again.
Owen.
So, physique update, just over 5 weeks out. Coming in this week, another 0.8 down. So a new low weigh in today, 89.6. That's a week where we've introduced our first high day, which is a refeed where calories sitting around maintenance, just above maintenance, primarily from pushing carbs up. And that's firstly restored fullness back to the looks and vascularity. That's then had an impact on performance levels, but it's also kept me in a more responsive position to losing body fat. Now we're going to adopt the aggressive approach. Body fat's going to be coming off very quickly, and there's still a lot to come off. Yes, I'm lean, but to get stage lean, we're talking another, I'd say 5-6 kilos. So probably need to cut down to about 84 kilos over the next 4 weeks. So we're going to be pushing hard. Cardio is going to be increased. Calories are going to be reduced. Sleep's going to get worse, and this is where prep counts. But underway with the physique update. So obliques are starting to come in. Still a lot of body fat around the obliques. Again, midsection's getting tight, but still a decent amount of stubborn body fat on there. Main area for me is around the lower back. So if you look at the back pose, these areas here, even around the upper back. So a lot of body fat still to come off. This is where we get deep into the trenches. But now we've got 45 minutes of cardio going in, which I'm absolutely dreading, but it's all in the mind. And then we're back home for the first meal of the day, which I've been thinking of since I woke up this morning. So I see you guys at meal 1.
Tell me a little bit more. Hey. Hey, see we posted with pistols and rockets, ain't making deposits. We putting this shit all in the boxes. Done got a little buzz now. Reached and I'm popping. It's sure it's me, that's the option.
So first meal of the day now, and I can't wait to get stuck in. Been looking forward to this since last night. But this is the biggest meal of the day. It is heavily dominant in carbs. Protein has also got fats in there as well. Macros for the meal is 858 calories, 65 grams of protein, 112 grams of carbs, 15 grams of fats. So we've got 70 grams of ghost whey. Said this in my last video, I'm not sponsored, but the taste is unbelievable. We've got a new flavor, peanut butter cereal milk, might be the best tasting protein I've ever had. We've then got 4 sachets of the Quaker Sultana and Raisin Oats with 400 ml of almond milk. The rationale behind the meal choice here is a couple of things. Firstly, heavily dominant in protein for muscle protein synthesis, big carb meal to replenish glycogen post-workout. But for me, it's all about keeping my appetite under control so I can adhere to the diet plan and also keeping cravings under control. And what you're gonna see in this video is I'm rinsing these oats at the minute. It's not my typical diet, but for me now, 4 weeks out, I need a set meal plan that I look forward to eating, keeps my appetite under control, so I can keep sticking to the meal plan. So the oats for me, make them nice and thick, take ages to eat, and it feels like I'm eating a dessert. But yeah, this is the biggest meal of the day. The meals after this are more sort of drip fed in, a little bit lower in terms of calories. But gonna get stuck into this meal now because I've been looking forward to it for a long time.
I'm strapped like it's part of my body. Stiff at the shoulders, I'm something like Fraser Ali. You faking, you the copy. I bet if I give it this spin, she jump out of body. It's wet, but I bet it gets sloppy, cause I got a stroke.
I feel like a little crackhead. Prep does that to you. Food is like crack. You know what? All I can think about is oats at the minute. Not even like a burger. Really? If someone said to me you could just have unlimited oats right now, I'd take it. You'll see in this video as well, I'm already having, I think we got probably about 7 sachets all together. This is what dreams are made of. So meal 2 of the day, we've just done 3 hours worth of check-ins. Now this is more just like a snack. We've got fat-free Sky yogurt, 350 grams. We've then got 150 grams of blueberries. Now, where in meal 1 I had such a big chunk of my carbs, what I don't want to do at this point in the day where I'm focused, my mind's occupied, is have another one of my favorite meals because I don't need it. My cravings are quite low. My appetite from the first meal is suppressed. So just need a snack, which is gonna be high protein, just to make sure that I'm getting towards my protein intake for the day. For me now, it's about saving the foods that I enjoy the most for later on in the day. If I can get to 7, 8 p.m, still having my favorite meal, which is gonna be a big meal, I know that for the rest of the day, I've got something to look forward to. And that for me is gonna keep me on plan. So macros for the meal is 295 calories. We got 40 grams of protein, 28 grams of carbs, just over 1 gram of fat going in there. Simple and effective. And then I'll catch you guys again at meal 3.
To my wrist, so VVs, never said it was easy. Still got hitters down the road, but they can see me on TV. I'm in a whole nother league. I'm still right going for Riri.
Here we are with your bodybuilding. Now, the purpose of this, mate, is to give you the full rundown. What I mean by that is losing body fat, getting you to 10 to 12% body fat base. This is where we're going to really develop you to the next level. So primary goal number 3, building muscle mass at an optimal pace.
Codeine dreaming, you don't know what I'm thinking. Shit, I got my reasons on steady fighting these demons. I'm in the streets, if he ain't know this shit get hotter than Phoenix. If he ain't know I got a low bitch, I got range like on Venus.
Very tired by this point. 5 hours of check-ins done. So it's coming in now. Just before 7 p.m, we've got meal 3 of the day going in. Again, massively focused on high protein this meal, hitting my protein intake and also my fat intake. In terms of the choice of what we got, so we've got 5% fat beef mince, 300 grams cooked weight, and then we've got 100 grams of chopped tomatoes seasoned with smoked paprika. You've got to season it, you've got to make it taste nice, and pink Himalayan salt as well. So I picked this, firstly, tastes really nice. Might not look like it, but it actually does taste nice. And as I said, I need to hit my protein intake for the day. We've got 94 grams of protein in this meal. So it's a big chunk of my sort of daily protein intake. Haven't gone for any carb sources in there. I mean, obviously you could put like rice or white potato with this meal. But for me, as I said earlier, the choice of carbs, I want it to be from the oats. Firstly, in terms of the quality of the carb source, but also the satiation index and the impact that it has on keeping my cravings under control. So meal 3, we've got, as I said, 300 grams of cooked beef mince, 100 grams of chopped tomatoes. Macros for the meal is 526 calories, 94 grams of protein, 5.3 grams of carbs, and 14.5 grams of fats. So gonna get stuck into this. Again, by this point, by 7 p.m, very hungry, spend majority of my day thinking about food. So when you are eating it, you're gonna savor every single mouthful. So we're gonna get this tucked in, and then we'll see you for the last meal of the day.
No, I probably got them pissed off. Got a big bag and my bitch raw. You will never catch me tricking off. I'm a big dog, sound like Rick Ross. I was broke, but I done fixed it all. But I ain't have it when I'm about to call it. I think it's a habit. I run through this shit like it's nothing. They can't imagine it. How is you mad at me? You should be glad for me. I got a bar, they gon' have to come tackle me. I'm in the lead, I don't care about who after me. I guarantee I can turn a classic hoe to a freak. I put a bad little chick on her knees for free. They probably think I'm a P. Niggas ain't fucking with me.
Final meal of the day. Now it's a familiar meal. I wish in this video I could have just showed you some glamorous meals like avocado, smashed avocado, salmon on toast. But for me, I just want to keep it real. I want to show you exactly what I do and the rationale behind that. The reason I don't do very fancy meals is simplicity is the way just to stay on track. If I have to cook these fancy meals every single day, just going to become an effort. For me now, I've got a meal here that I can cook it within 5 minutes, and I love the taste for it. So again, oats, last meal of the day. As I said, that's my favorite meal, along with the whey protein, also the pineapple and the strawberries. This has given me something to look forward to all day. If I had eaten all my food by 4 p.m. and my last meal was one of my least favorite meals, chances are I'm probably going to sit here in the evening, fall off plan at some point. But this routine here has just allowed me to stay consistent day in, day out, and that is why I'm driving so much body fat off the frame. So last meal of the day, we've got 35 grams of whey protein again. We've got 2 sachets to 77 grams of Sultana Quaker Oats, 200 ml of almond milk. We've got 200 grams of strawberries, 350 grams of pineapple, 670 calories. We've got 36 grams of protein, 108 grams of carbs, 8.6 grams of fat. So again, we've got clean carb sources, we've got good micronutrients coming in from the fruit, and a good quality protein source. All meals as well keep me feeling satiated. The thing with fruit, you're going to get a lot more density within the calories. You could do that with veg. You've probably noticed that I don't have any veg at the minute. The rationale behind that is because I don't enjoy it. When I'm in an off season, for digestive purposes, I'll put the veg in there. But for now, I'd rather have fruit just because purely it tastes nicer for me. So that's last meal of the day. We just wrapped up consultation calls with new lads who wanted to get on board. It's now 8:30, so watch TV for half hour, get this meal down me. We then got 3K steps to go and get in round the marina. Then we rest, we recover, we get a good night's sleep, and then we do it all again tomorrow. But to summarize the nutrition plan I'm on at the minute, so there's 2,350 calories. We've got 236 grams of protein, about 253 grams of carbs, and about just over 40 grams of fats. Fats we just keep in at a baseline level, important for hormone optimization. Protein we keep in at a baseline level as well. Protein's obviously important for muscle protein synthesis, but when you're dieting, that's the most satiating macronutrient, so it's going to keep your appetite under control. So protein, fats in at a baseline level, with the goal then of optimizing as many carbs as possible in the energy balance, because that's the main source of energy, which is going to drive training performance. If you neglect your carbs, performance goes to shit. That's when you're going to start to lose muscle mass. And then the energy balance is driven based on data. So just because this works for me, might not work for you. We collect data, we understand our body's response, we know what rate of loss we need to pull off in a week. We can then set the energy balance and form the macros from that. And then that's a wrap for today's video. Gonna get this down me, final steps in, get to bed, and then I'll see you guys next Sunday for the next episode.
I probably got them pissed off, got a big bag and my bitch raw. You will never catch me tricking off, I'm a big dog,